Hey guys, I wanted to make a little update about the price action recently, because I haven't made a video for a little while, and this kind of sell-off, which I was absolutely loving. It was great. Full disclosure, I bought, I bought a little, not quite the bottom, but around here, and I sold around here, so a little bit early, but I made about like 400 points of profit. But yeah, it seems like this buy volume is actually pretty intense, and to be honest, I want you to learn from my mistake, because what happened here is that I think I got greedy. If I turn off the log and you look at the depth of this sell-off that we had, it was significant. And you know what, I was like, oh, I wanted to get under 3k, and then I can really put a position in. You know, how much was that sell-off right down? Like, it lost half of its value in about 3 or 4 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, sorry. And that's nuts. And on top of that, it was like over 80% down from the highs. Let's measure that real quick. The dog is getting in the way. Frankie, please. My dog is a little sausage dog, and he is sitting on my lap as I'm making this. Come on, Frankie, get out of the way. At least some of this movement is attributed to him. So we at the bottom, we were like almost 86% down. So that is actually the most that we would have retraced back in 2014. So that alone should have been a signal to take a position. And actually, it was for me. That and the RSI, and I know that you can go on about the RSI and how it's a lagging indicator, but you know what? It was crazy oversold, and we got a bounce, and it really bounced a lot harder than I was expecting it to. Got pretty huge volume. I mean, my chart is a mess right now. This isn't a demonstrator. I just wanted to talk about the kind of the rally from this local bottom. I don't know if it is the bottom. I don't think it is the bottom. But this is just a reminder that after that much blood, you really need to take it into account. I should have gone in heavier. I was buying Bitcoin Cash as well at these levels, and that also had an insane pump. Now, I know, I mean, look at the volume on that. It's significant. Let's turn off auto so you can see the actual rally. That's just massive. I mean, I'm not suggesting that you may take a position now at all. I don't think that's a clever idea, because you don't buy into these kind of FOMO rallies. But that volume's huge. I mean, I'm just looking at Bitstamp here. Bitcoin Cash is a bit weird. We haven't seen volume like that pretty much since its inception, or at least since it was kind of sort of trading. You know, Bitcoin Cash is a weird chart because you didn't really get any, I don't think you actually got any real trading until much later on. So there wasn't this price discovery here. It's kind of garbage, but because you couldn't withdraw. You couldn't send your Bitcoin, I'm sorry, not you couldn't withdraw, you couldn't send your Bitcoin Cash anywhere that you'd forked from your wallet onto an exchange. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that's not much, but it was, I think it's pretty much 100% return, more than that. From the bottom, I bought some, I don't know, probably around here. I bought a tiny bit more around here, because I was looking at these like value at 200% increase. It's huge. But I was looking at all these sell-offs, and I was thinking, man, I'm buying some for the long term anyway. I'm probably not going to regret it. I didn't, but it's impossible to catch bottoms and sell tops. So now, if you are interested in taking a position, and I will be, it will only be on the retracement of this. This could well go higher, but I'm not risking that. It's looking too kind of ropey to me. And also, a lot of this buy volume, it's all manipulation, guys. It's people, whales, screwing you around and making you think that that was the bottom. At least that's how it appears to me. Because this market has become so incredibly transparently manipulated. And I'm not talking about institutions, not like paper silver or anything like that. Which, true, I mean, derivatives do manipulate the market. And the CME futures, for sure, have had an effect on the market. But I would say that people are getting whipped around after such a huge decline. It's not hard to drum up that buy volume after a drop like that. So be careful, stay frosty, and well, now my Wi-Fi seems to have gone. Yeah, stay cool and accumulate on lower prices. Yeah, it sure as hell it could go lower. It could go a lot higher too, but I'm expecting it to, if not go lower, not to go too much higher, because this is not how a bear market ends traditionally, and statistically I don't think that's how it's gonna end. You've still got people that are kind of bullish. They think that this is the new bull market, and it's just not gonna happen. I don't think anything fundamentally has changed with Bitcoin's story, and we're looking at like at least a year until we can start talking about, okay, maybe a bull market is starting again, and could even be longer than that. And really deep down, I'm thinking it might be longer, 2 or 3 years. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of other people are saying this, but I've said this a number of times, and I'm like, we're not gonna see returns like this anytime soon. I'm not even sure we're gonna see it in the kind of the long term, because of the factors involved in this run-up. You had tether, you had bottlenecks of on-ramps, you had incredible FOMO, you had very limited resources available to people, and you had a huge amount of money going in. So all this, to me, points to, if not lower prices, if this was the bottom, we're gonna have a move more like, I don't know if it's gonna go up, maybe. I really don't see it going, but the most it's gonna go up to 6k. I really do not see it going any higher than that, and that would be really troublesome. I think more likely you're gonna get some kind of bouncing range, maybe some few retests, and then I think the big sell-off is gonna come after that. And then that's when, personally, I mean, this is the thing, there are a lot of guys like me that have been around for a while and have seen a few cycles that are waiting for that significant, that 85% plus retracement, that 90% retracement, which will bring us down into the 2000s. That's where I'm looking to buy. I will be scaling in my position. Full disclosure, I sold approximately 70% of all my Bitcoin in the bull run, and part of it in the preceding bear market at much higher prices. So there are people that we've been waiting on the sidelines, man, for a year. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and this is part of, you could even attribute part of this FOMO to that. It's a multifaceted market. There's a lot of moving parts, but don't for a second think that we're just in organic price movement. To be honest, this whole descending triangle that you see here, where we were constantly bopping along at 6k, that was unusual in the fact that it completed almost, I think it was well over 80-90% of the triangle formation, which is unusual in itself. In my opinion, that was perfectly painted by the market makers, by the whales, to churn as much as possible for this insane sell-off, which we knew that, well, statistically was coming. So, and they even had a wonderful little kind of fake out or two, which was very well done, well played. And now you think that we're going to go into a bull run from here. I don't think so. I really don't think that is how this is going to play out. So stay cool, guys. This is all human emotion playing out. If you want to establish a position, let's wait for a pullback. And yeah, that's all I got, really. I mean, that's the essence of this video. I just thought I'd make for you guys. And I'm still waiting for lower prices. And I guarantee you, when we hit this level, if we hit this level again, you're gonna have all the same emotions. You're gonna have all the same. Oh wow, it could go much lower. Just keep that in mind, guys, because while I do think it's gonna go sub 3K, no one can tell the future. And if you're in this for the long term, you establish positions over the long term. Don't go all in at once. And yeah, be careful. Don't play with money that you can't afford to lose, because you see this move up. As much as some people are feeling like geniuses right now, you could just easily flip that, and it could be going down. So, because that's how kind of rotten this market is. As much as we all have believed or believe in crypto and what it is, it's really just a very volatile market, and we're all looking for the long term. At least that's what my channel's aimed at. I'm not a short-term trader. It's in my opinion, swing trades over the long term are where the money will be. And yeah, I don't think we're done here, guys. This is still looking not that impressive on the monthly, but yeah, we're still in a bear market. And I will close it out with one thought that I did have, which I think is, I haven't seen anyone talk about it, is that, you know, this buy volume was a perfect, I mean, look at where the RSI is. You saw a huge sell-off, and you've got to keep that meme going of December being a good month for Bitcoin. You've got to keep it. Bitcoin is kind of built on memes, on this kind of hearsay, this sloppy kind of cycle stuff, which kind of has some relevance, but I was very skeptical of the kind of the December rally, and here it is, in one single week candle. You know, yeah, I don't see us going to 6K. I would be shocked to see us at 5K for very long. Probably around 4,200. But we've had enough blood for a while. It's probably time for some consolidation. And yeah, I think this is the only video that I'm going to make for the rest of the year. I don't see any significant price action happening after the bloodletting that we had. So guys, have a lovely Christmas, have a fantastic new year, and I hope that the new year brings many 1,000 X's of profit for all of us, and that we go to the moon and we're all riding about in Lambos, that we're parking on our yachts and we're traveling around the world, globe hopping and eating caviar off of young ladies' bellies and all of that nonsense. And yeah, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, God bless, and see you in the new year.